Hello, this is Nitin Dahad with E-Times. I'm talking to Paul Williamson of ARM, and we're at the ARM booth at Embedded World in Nuremberg. Paul, hello.
Hi there, Nitin. Great to see you as always.
Good to see you. This is a great show because you can show off all the stuff that all the bigger keynotes in all the other conferences say we're going to do this. And what I want to do with this chat today is just to drill down a little bit into things like the new Clyde announcement, agentic AI, and maybe some of the key things you're working on.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, you're right. It's a great show. All of the Embedded World sort of audience here. There's a lot of developers as well, and they're looking for what they can really do with AI today and what practical applications you can put it to. And we're always looking forward to what themes are coming next. And as you said, agentic AI is one of those that's been sort of talked about a lot in keynotes. But we're looking at how we can make that real for developers.
Yeah, and I think one of the demos you have here is actually using that collaborative.
That's correct. Yeah. So we've got.
Explain that a bit.
Maybe I'll explain demo. So it's a fun little demo, as you've seen. You can have your photo taken.
That's me, by the way.
Yep. And you can hold a few objects. And we're running two different agents on the device. One that's looking at the image to see what it can see in the field of view, and one that is writing a story about what the other agent has seen in the field of view. And so all of that is running just on this Raspberry Pi 5 here in the foreground.
Yeah, that's pretty good. What are the key announcements here at the show for you this week?
Yeah, so
I know we've covered some of it.
You did, and you did great coverage. Thank you for our recent announcement of our latest sort of small V9 core, our A320 coupled with a neural processor, exactly for these kind of edge AI applications like this, and making them efficient. But the other thing we brought along with that was the announcement of bringing Clyde AI into the world of IoT.
Yes, your CEO announced that last year at Computex.
Right.
So I think that there's a couple of key bits to it.
Developments to that. So we brought these AI kernels that accelerate AI on CPU, because that is the tool that is still there for the majority of developers. They're really useful as a starting point to get the very best performance out of the CPU, and we did it mobile first. But we've taken that further, and at the show we're showing this today, using it in sort of applications for industrial automation and embedded, but also we've brought it to the automotive world as well with an announcement this week.
Good. And so in terms of the automotive announcement was related to...
exactly that. It was bringing those Clyde AI functions and using them in automotive applications as well.
Sorry.
So showing how it can be used for that.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about physical AI, which is the buzzword right now, and how that translates to things in the industrial space that you're working on.
Yeah. So I suppose physical AI, as you said, it's a buzzword, but we do see people wanting to be able to have localized decision making and actuation, and that's a really sort of a challenging thing for a lot of developers today to grapple with and get used to. But it's where there is huge potential benefit. There's a lot of work to be done to make that safe and secure, and to make sure that it's effective on the device. And it is bringing larger models which require ever more data, more video input onto these devices, and it's really driving up the compute performance needed to support those applications. But we are seeing people experiment with that and try and build systems. So we think it could be very impactful in the way things are handled.
Now, Embedded World, you've got a large part of your ecosystem exhibiting here. You talked about some of these partners and customers now bringing out products. Anything interesting we should be talking about?
There's a lot going on at the show, and we've seen great announcements from our partners as ever. On the stand here we have Alif with us, who've announced their latest silicon with Ethos U85, so one of our neural processors involved. But if you step back and also sort of, I suppose, look behind the scenes of the discussions we're having and we're hearing at the show, people are looking at ARM at a new level of performance that they're demanding from compute applications. So two key themes: people who are going AI first with their software development, and therefore they're coming in with high-level languages like Python and PyTorch, and so they're wanting more Linux-based platforms, and matched with higher compute performance. So a lot of our partners are thinking about how are they going to adjust to that trend in the industry and deliver platforms that perhaps support that need. And then on top of that, there will always be a need for these sort of power efficient embedded platforms, and Aleph is a great example of that, but there's others announced in the show.
I've seen a few here as well. So yeah,
who are pushing for how do we get AI models deployed in small and power efficient devices. So the two come together with the common software development need of how do you move from those high level languages to get something that can actually operate in the field.
Now, when you work with your customers, the product's not going to come out for a few years.
Yeah.
So what are the exciting things that you're seeing right now that you might want to be able to talk about, without naming them?
Yeah, I think as you look at that theme of those higher level languages, I think for me the interesting theme is really the sort of development of higher compute performance into applications like this. I think if you look at the industry historically, there was a lot of dusty old sort of PC boxes in the corners of labs and things that were used for these kind of applications. We're getting a mixture of AI first and a real sort of need to put more compute performance that was once a sort of rack or sort of
now into form factors like this.
Into a compute module form factor.
Yeah.
So I think without revealing any plans of any of our partners, that a lot of our discussions are around how do we bring that sort of higher performance compute down into embedded edge devices.
Now you've been around a while, like me.
Yes.
What excites you right now this year? What's happened? What's really exciting for you?
I can't help but be excited by AI. I think one of the things for me is the unexpected applications that you see it used in. We recently did a collaboration with National Geographic and one of their research groups, and I got to see that come together, and it was incredible to see just how much technology is being deployed for things.
Metrology.
Effectively, this was around biodiversity and the changing planet, and they're using a mixture of drones to survey the ocean floor, but they're able to use AI to locally see through the waves and actually see the ocean floor beneath the waves, and then once they've got the ocean floor data, send that to the cloud and do mass processing to see how that's changing with time, and that's allowing them to look at the sort of changing of the planet in a way that no one's ever done before. And so I genuinely see some of these technologies, which might seem sort of PCB level at this stage, having real world impact, and I think for me that's always the most exciting thing to see.
Well, I think that's really fun as well, I guess. So,
it is.
well, Paul, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Nick.
Thank you.
Always good to talk.
Yeah.